Where are the original Rebel owners at? 10 years ago, Ram introduced the Rebel, and this is the special anniversary for 10 years of this truck. I borrowed it from Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. It is available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see pricing on this build, and then I'll show you guys around this unique pickup. This will more than likely be the most expensive Rebel you've seen. So at the very top is a description, and base price is going to be $64,195. And here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause it. And down below are the options. So the Rebel X was $3,495, and it has the 4-way lumbar support, rough road cruise control, leather wrap shift knob, leather wrap steering wheel mounted shift control, dual pane panoramic. And then it has the graphics for that 10th anniversary. Technology group is just below with the trailer tow group. And on this side, bed utility, monotone was a part of this too. And this has the Rebel level 2 equipment group, which gives you a ton of things there. Black tubular running boards, multi-function tailgate, 33-gallon fuel tank, and it has a Ram tow assist kit too. Destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $79,040. And here is the fuel economy numbers. Yes, I know that is very expensive for a full-size pickup truck for sure. Now it is missing one thing. I will go over that in a second. But on the front end, you gotta admit, this Mojave sand, absolute fire. And I don't really care for the plastic front end. I will say, like, this entire front end is all finished in plastic. They do spell out Ram. They are missing 360 camera view, and I think that they should have just made that standard on this special edition too. Front parking sensors, you do have adaptive cruise control, active grille shutters. Now that bottom bumper is powder coated, by the way, too. And you can see those fog lights, reflective style, just like the headlights. Now your turn signals will be incandescent bulbs, and then you have the black recovery hooks, which came a part of this package. Now you can see right here, great ground clearance. They do have a cutout that give you a better approach angle there too. However, there's no skid plate on the front end of this truck. Now here's a quick look at the suspension. Independent, double wishbone, Bilstein shocks, and it has a coilover setup. Now that bottom control arm looks like aluminum. So does that steer knuckle. Now that top one, you can probably see it. It looks like it's plastic, like when you look underneath it right there. But it is metal. This is very hollow. And they do give you like a plastic material for that fender liner. Pretty aggressive tires. And these were a carryover from 2024. These are the Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax. And here's the tire size. It's a 275/70/18 LT tire, and it's 80 psi to max. Now it does have 3,640 pounds of capacity, which means these tires have more capacity compared to the Power Wagon tires, which is so funny. So 33.2 inches tall, 10.8 inches wide, 6 lug wheels. Great wheel design too. They do give you that parking sensor off to the side right there. And the fender flares give it a little bit more wider stance too, which is nice. Finished in plastic. Sport Performance hood. You have that straight 6 turbo badge right there, all finished in plastic. And then these are the tow mirrors. They black out the Ram badge and the door handles for the Rebel. And then this one does have those fixed running boards. They have a Ram badge in the center of those. And smart key system for the front doors only. These mirrors have a ton of functions. They're both heated as well. 33-gallon fuel tank was an option. I believe it comes standard with a 23-gallon fuel tank, so just keep that in mind. Regular fuel, although I would probably consider running at least mid-grade with this type of truck. They do provide a liner out back. And just below, spare tire is just a donut style, which is pretty typical for the base model. And I call this a base model. The RHO is going to have a full-size spare matching the wheel and tire, but on these Rebels, on the Trail Bosses, on the AT4s, they don't give it the nice upgraded tire like the higher, more off-road oriented trucks do. 392 rear, and it's gonna have a locker out back too. You can kind of see those Bilstein shocks kind of tucked in there a little bit. This one does have the step black exhaust tips too, parking sensors out back. Negative, I will say, is these incandescent taillights. So that is a bummer on this $80,000 truck. In case you want to see that Rebel badge there, there it is. And this one does have the multi-pro tailgate. I believe that's what they call it. There's so many specialty tailgates now. And you have that Rebel badge right there. And they do paint this, and this does act as a regular tailgate. You do lose the power function that comes standard with this, by the way, too. LED bed lights, and you have the 400-watt plug. You have the tie downs, and they give you the rail system for tying things down as well. Now, if you're wondering what this slit is for, there is a button right here. So it allows it to open like this. And this is a nice function, I will say. It's just something different. It gives you more room to like reach into the bed if you like. If you want to turn on the power or like run something. This is a nice function to have that for. Now they do still give you a backup camera and an LED strip right here that shines below for your Class 4 hitch. LED lights for your license plate, which is kind of hard to find these days. Like most trucks still don't offer that. And then there's that step there. 4 and 7 pin for your trailer. Let's go ahead and talk about this powertrain. One thing I would have loved to have seen with this Rebel X was the high output Hurricane, and here's why. If this truck is special, then really make it special. I think that that's the only thing that I would have cared to have seen. And the reason why is because when you get the high output Hurricane, it does upgrade that rear axle. Now, I haven't read anywhere on the Rebel that they give you the upgraded axle with the standard output. But all is well here because this engine is pretty overbuilt. You guys have seen my previous videos on this engine. 420 horsepower and 469 pound-feet of torque. It better be overbuilt though. And the 8-speed transmission behind it is reliable. As you guys know, it's a inline 6 twin turbo, 3-liter displacement. They do have 22 psi of boost, and a 0W20 oil is what you have to run in this engine. This is truly one of the best interiors in the segment, and they did knock it out of the park with this Rebel X. So you do have some soft touch up here, stitching, great graphic design right there, and you have like this black chrome treatment too. I wish they would have done this on the exterior. That would have been perfect. Seat memories, great speaker grills, Harman Kardon 19 speaker, and look at all the controls you have for your mirrors. Auto up and down for the front, but you have to hold it going up and down. A little bit of plastic down below, which is pretty typical in this segment. 12-way seat for the driver's side. Now that's including the lumbar that goes up and down, in and out. They give you an X right there. And check out these seats too. These seats are perfect. They have like a gray accent right here. Suede material that you saw on that door is on the seats too. The cut some costs, let's just call it what it is. Great red stitching as well. I don't know why they didn't do that red stitching here though. That's a little weird. But here's some of the controls for the lighting, for your screen right there. You have power pedals, electronic parking brake, and then this is how you turn on those power plugs. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. They do provide a Rebel badge right here. And this is like soft touch, but it's not leather like this. Interactive screen, you can turn it on with this button. And on this side, believe it or not, 12-way seat. Good job, Ram. And I like that they give you this standard tilt headrest. Out back, they do give you these MOLLE strips. I believe that's how you say that. Seat back pockets, storage, built in with these removable trays. Some people put ice in these. And you have tie downs too. They have the biggest cab, flat floor surface, and a little bit of storage down there too. And it basically just kind of flips out. Let me just show it to you really quickly. There's a handle right here, and then this just flips out like that. So nice little extra barrier for some items that you need. 115 volt power plug. You have 4 USBs, Type A, Type C's, outboard heated seats. More of that design there with those cup holders. These seats also recline in the rear. No other truck does that. Don't know why. And then the armrest has a leather wrapping here with that stitching. A little bit of storage, more cup holders. And on the roof you have those speakers. Power sliding rear glass with defrost. And then there's that twin panel moonroof. We've made it back into the driver's seat. Check out the accent on this steering wheel too. Perforated leather, 12-inch screen right here, and they do have push button start. And they give you like a Rebel animation on that screen. Now here's all your drive modes, off-road modes, your lockers right there. It has full drive auto, and then if you don't want that stop start function, you can disable that. This one does have an actual shifter, which people love. And that has that perforated leather, silver accent, looks really good. And of course, I got to show you the badge. So that's that little special edition badge that they give you, 2015 to 2025 10-year anniversary. Stitching here. They do provide a USB in this area. They have this like velvet material, as I call it. And then down below, you have a 115 volt power plug right there. Deep storage, coin holders right there, and it's hidden too. Cup holders. Let me go ahead and take out my cup, that way you guys can see that accent right there too. It looks really good. And you guys see right there, you have dual chargers. I haven't seen this on any other vehicle so far. 4 USBs for this screen, and then you have these two here for charging, and then you have an HDMI right there for that guy over here. They do provide that 4K camera, and check out all your controls for this huge panoramic sunroof. We're not going to open it though. You can also slide that rear glass that I showed you earlier, and LED interior lights. Home link is right there. Hopefully you guys saw this, right? I don't know if you could see it because I was looking at my camera, but place right there for your sunshades or glasses. Now unfortunately this truck is in ship mode. I didn't know that, so nothing's gonna work on this screen, but I plan on doing another video on this truck in the future. But yeah, you can see all your controls there on both sides of it. You can turn off the screen pretty easily. Now this screen does work, and I can show you some of the features in here. So if you want to see some vehicle information, they have your fuel economy, gauge summary. I love this about Ram. They give this information to you. And then you have for your oil temp, oil life, oil pressure. And then this is your oil level because it took away the dipstick. Tire pressure, vehicle info for your stop start function. And then your drive modes are in here. And it shows you the idle hours on this truck too. Oh wow, 2 hours, interesting. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is a nice interior. A little bit of storage on the side. And I think most people are gonna like this center console better too, because some people don't like to dial gear selector on these trucks. So this is the next best thing. One thing I like about Ram 2 is they give you that power plug up there. And that is pretty much it. They are still using LED lights for these too, by the way. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. Gross axle rating out front is going to be 3,900 pounds. The rear is 4,100 pounds. They're class leading for that rear axle for standard. 7,100 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And the wheels on this truck are 18 by 8 wide. And man, these stickers are all messed up. You guys see right there, 1,247 pounds of payload. And tire pressure is going to be 55 out front, 45 in the rear, which is pretty high. But as you guys saw, these tires are 80 psi, which I don't know why they did that. I would have liked to have seen a maybe max 51 psi tire, because these are some pretty overbuilt tires for this type of truck. But I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to your channel. I will try to put this one up against like a standard Rebel that doesn't have the level 2 equipment group on. That way you can see the differences on the trucks. See you guys soon.